right, welcome back. I'm Sandra D, the main event. Okay, we're still on this journey of talking about the narcissist. So today we are not going to be talking about hair and we're not going to be talking about food. Now, on this segment, I wanted to talk to you guys in regards to when you're going to tell the narcissist to kiss your ass. Now, this can come at any stage because you got to remember you're dealing with a con artist. You're dealing with an Academy Award winner actor. Okay, this person has been trained. Now, how they got trained is once they were little, okay, they were traumatized. Okay, they were never validated. So they create this alter ego as a way of protecting themselves, okay? So when they grow up, you know, they become the aggressor. They become a bully. They become as being seen as inferior, okay? Because they want people to fear them because they were in a position where they were in fear of what was happening to them because they weren't validated. They were probably rejected or something horrific happened to them as a kid and the adults in their life did not protect them. So they took it up on themselves to protect themselves as a way of never being hurt. Okay, but when they did this, built this wall, built this persona, built this alter ego that they have, they also never learned the difference between real and fake. When there is love versus lust, you know, they don't know how to determine the difference because it all looks the same to them. Okay. So even though these things has happened to a narcissist, these types of things have also happened to other people. Okay. But they did the work, okay? Whether they went to someone that could help them or they got the help that they needed because someone had loved them enough and they believed them enough to recognize and realize that they needed to heal, okay? So what I mean by that and what I'm saying to you is just because a narcissist has been through these things, it doesn't mean that you have to sit there and feel sorry for them. It's okay to have some empathy, but also you need to find out what have you done in order for you to heal from that harm or from that hurt when you were victimized. Because if they don't get the help that they need, then they're going around in this alternative world that they created. And in their minds, they have certain things that they see that they know is real, that people are loving, caring, nurturing, things in that nature. They've seen it. Whether it was on TV or they seen it in someone that they grew up with, that they noticed from afar and knew that they wanted that in their lives. But they didn't know how to get it because at that point they were a kid. Okay? But now as an adult, they're going around carrying this own trauma that they experienced. So once they have that trauma that they experienced and they build up this alter ego, now they feel like somebody owes them something because now they're an adult. They feel entitled. Okay? Entitlement. Like you have to do this for me because you are a good nurturing person. No, you don't. Just because you're loving, caring, and nurturing doesn't mean you have to do anything. No, you do not. And anybody who is sitting over here trying to demand you do this, try to manipulate you to do this, is only doing it because they're trying to control you. Okay? Now, narcissists like to have supply. Supply can be anything. It could be a person who is nurturing, loving, caring, great personality, popular. They want to get in your inner circle because they maybe never, had friends, and they want to be, with the in crowd, with your people, with your folks, with your friends in your circle. They may see that you make money and they want to come up to, but the difference is, once a narcissist start trying to get around you and things of that nature, what they really trying to do is get intel to see who they can remove out of your circle, out of your life, and make you to turn against those who've been supportive, loving, caring, and been in your circle, because the narcissists want you all to themselves. They want you to serve them. They are needy. They need attention. And if they don't get it, they act like little kids, grown adult ass kids acting out, throwing temper tantrums. That's what they do. Okay. They throw fits and are petty. Okay. If you got something to do, oh no. They want to know if they can come along. Oh no. If you don't take them with them, oh, it's a problem. They think you trying to leave them. And it's like, all you doing is having a girls' night, a girls' day. And they sitting over there pouting, sitting over there crying, thinking you going out doing something, and all you doing is hanging with the girls, or you hanging with the fellas, with the boys. You ain't up to no good. You just hanging out with the dudes. You just hanging out with your girls. It's okay to have some quality time to yourself, to hang out with your friends. Those are your friends. And when you have get-togethers, I'm sure you invite your dude. But when it's that girls' time, that's girls' time. When it's male time, it's just male time. It ain't personal. You might want to hang out and go to the movies with your girls. Hey, dudes, you might want to go out and play poker with your fellas, with your friends, with your boys. You might want to see a sports game. It is okay. There is nothing wrong with you not doing everything with your boo. It is okay. It is all right. Okay? There's going to be times where you're going to need some time to yourself, where you just need some me time. It is okay. But if you're with a narcissist, it is never okay for you to have me time to yourself. If you got girlfriends, it is never okay for you to go out with your girls. If you want to go to an event and it does not include your narcissist, whether it's a male or a female, grown ass adult acting like a little child, poking their little lips out, gaslighting, gonna tell you don't care, want to throw the guilt trip on you. They start reverting back to when they was kids. When you playing kickball and everybody that's over there is not good, and sometimes the person don't get picked and then they walk away being sad. As little kids, excuse me, sometimes you don't get picked for everything. But as a grown-ass adult, you didn't get picked to come along because this wasn't your part to be a part of. You guys, excuse me. So it is okay for them not to go and attend everything with you. It is okay. All right. Do not feel bad. Do not get sucked in. You guys, excuse me, I'm going to have to take y'all with me so I can get some water, because now I'm like, ooh, I sound hoarse. But anyway, you do not have to do everything that the narcissist wants to do. And they can't come to everything, because sometimes there's just things that the narcissist don't need to go and be a part of, because you need your me time. You need your girl time. And the narcissist, they gonna make sure they get their time. Okay? And if you are not invited to go somewhere with a narcissist, they gonna let you know. But you can't throw no fit. You can't throw no tantrum. You gotta take it like a G. Shoe on the other foot, they acting like a little toddler. A grown-ass adult acting like a kid. Now make that make sense. Okay? Y'all excuse me, I need some water. But these are the things that you're going to deal with. But you need to figure out how much of this are you going to tolerate? How much of this are you willing to deal with? How much of this are you willing to cope with? Because I'm sure that when you got into this relationship, like I told you, they showed you you. So when you got in a relationship during the love bombing stage, they filled in the blanks of the wonderful person that you wanted. So what they did was when they mirrored you, they were showing you how wonderful you were, but they was filling in the blanks of what you've been missing to fill that part. Okay? Gotta remember, they're actors. They're actors. Once they got you where they wanted you to be, positioned you where they wanted you to be, secured you the way that they wanted to secure you, that's when they start showing you who they really were. Petty, selfish, petty, greedy. Okay? You just didn't know as the leading lady or the leading man what the hell your part was until they started to reveal to you what they wanted. Now, as a healthy whole person, you know you don't go for stuff like that. But why do you think they manipulated you in the first place? Because they knew you wasn't going to fall for that. Why you think they had to use the smear campaigns, the gaslighting, the flying monkeys, the reasonable doubt? All of that had to take place to chip away at your confidence of who you are as an individual, as a person, to get your guard to come down, to play on your emotions, to get you into a position to where you will be willing to tolerate certain things because of what they've been through when they gave you their sob story. And they wanted to put you in the position as the person that could heal them, the person that can help them, the person when they guilt tripped you, but you're a Christian, or but you're so sympathetic, and I need that. They do. But you're one person that cannot fulfill what they need, especially because they ain't been healed mentally, physically, and emotionally, as well as spiritually. You can encourage them. You can uplift them. You can. But that's only temporary. Until they are actually ready to change and get the help that they need, you'll be going around a mountain. Just going around a mountain. Okay? You just be going around in a circle. You remember as a kid, you remember hula hoops, and then they go shh, 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 shh. Okay? All you doing is going around in a circle. That's it. That's all when it comes down to a narcissist. So you need to figure out when you gonna tell them to kiss your ass. And when I mean kiss your ass, I mean door slam. Where you're done, you finish. It's a wrap. It's over. The final countdown. Whereas Houston, we have a problem. Where it's like you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Because only you can decide to make that decision. Now, for some of you guys that's on here, it's going to be easier. But for some of you guys on here, it's going to be hard. Because some of y'all might have been married to the narcissist. Maybe you done had kids with the narcissist. Maybe you became business partners with the narcissist. Maybe y'all done got a place together and y'all live with the narcissist. You know what I mean? Because what they gonna do is when they see that they can get something that they didn't get when they was little, they gonna try to secure you as much as they can. The only problem is they will continue to always lose you because, again, they're broken. Because they never healed from the trauma that happened to them as a kid. So they're going to reflect and put all of that on you and make it seem like you owe them something that they should have gotten from the people that hurt them in the past. So they looking at you as if you can make up to them for what they lack that they didn't get when they was a child. That is impossible shoes to fill for somebody who is broken, who is traumatized, who is stuck in the past, like back there, back there, back there. It's impossible. Unless they are healed, unless they are willing to go through the work, through the process, to look at that happened to them, whether it hurt, it could have been shameful, it could have been embarrassing. Of course. All of the above. But you can't get to the other side of that unless you're willing to go through the process. And you're not obligated to help them get to the other side. And it doesn't make you mean. And you cannot allow somebody to guilt trip you to make you feel like you obligated to do so. No. You cannot pay for somebody else's mistake because it wasn't your mistake that you made. Now make that make sense. But that narcissist wants you to pay for it though. Because they not going to go confront the people that did hurt them because they scared of them. But they don't know you because they feel like I'm going to shape you into what I want you to be. They sure will. They'll try to change the way you walk, talk, your weight, your friends, what you do, all that. And if you don't comply, oh, it's like walking around on eggshells, baby. Because they going to try to intimidate you like a mug and be petty. They'll start messing with your stuff. Your clothes will be smaller. You'll have holes, strings, all kinds of stuff. This is what they do. They want you to pay for something that you didn't even do. You didn't hurt them. And if you came out of love and out of respect and out of care, they don't know the difference. Because at that point, you the enemy. All they see is red. And you be like, what kind of dysfunctional person am I dealing with? It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You get a good version and a bad version. And you don't know which part you're going to get when you coming through the door. You might be praying that it's the good version. Or you might start working overtime because you don't want to go home. Because you don't want to deal with somebody psychotic. But instead of avoiding the elephant in the room, you need to find out for you and what's best for you. And if you got kids, your kids. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you if you should stay or if you should leave. Only you know that. But I can tell you it don't get no better. It always gets worse until that person is willing to confront their issues, their demons. Because they are full of demons and they act just like one. So I don't know when you're going to tell them deuces, peace out, sayonara, goodbye, adios. I don't know when you're going to say au revoir and in many different languages where you can say goodbye. Because I don't walk in your shoes. I don't know your circumstance. I don't know your situation like that. I can explain to you how I know the functions and how some things work. But because people have different scenarios, different situations that I'm not in, I can't really advise you on that. Which is why I will always say to you when you're on your road to healing or you're starting the process, make sure that when you get in your education, make sure that you get your freshman, sophomore, junior, and your senior. Because everybody on here that's dealt with a narcissist dealt with them on different levels. But we can all tell you the whole same thing of what we went through. It was hurtful. It was embarrassing. We can't believe we allow someone to treat us like this. But what you need to realize is that you were duped by a con artist. It's all the same in that respect. And usually narcissist relationships go real quick and real fast because they never want you to see them for who they are. What's underneath, behind the scenes. They never want you to see that. That's why it goes fast. Quick. They tried to present themselves like they was your soulmate. Y'all had a connection. Y'all on the same page. Y'all going the same way. Business, husband, co-workers. It all works in different types of relationships. There's just not no one type of relationship. But I can tell you this, and each one that I just called out like a roll call, each person that's ever dealt with a narcissist in any one of those situations can tell you. They love bomb, they devalue, they discard, they hoover, they stalk, they manipulative, they lie, they steal, they cheat, they're wounded, they're broken, they feel entitled, they're selfish, they're greedy, all of those things. That's just the facts. That's just the truth. So different scenarios for different situations. But you have to be the one to weigh out your options on that. Because at the end of the day, there's somebody that will love to be in a relationship with you. Whether it's business, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a co-worker, whether it's marital, whether it's business, whether family members. Somebody will love to have someone like you. And won't mistreat you. But what you also need to understand is when you leave, you need to stay gone. And if you have kids, you need to find a middle ground on somebody that will not take sides or judge. So that nobody won't be able to be the narcissist won't be able to say this. You're not going to be able to say that because you don't want to be going back and forth and all that arguing, especially if you got kids involved. You don't want to go through all that. And the kid is already going to be upset that they don't have mommy together and daddy together in the same house. And it ain't easy being cordial with no narcissist. It's just, they're unreasonable. But that's them. You can be the bigger person and the adult. But that doesn't mean you allow them to take advantage of your kindness. Because you got boundaries. So you will have to start over. This is the bottom line. But you'll be happier. And you won't be in misery. With someone who ain't never appreciated you or wanted you or valued you in the first place. Because if they did, that wouldn't have happened in the second place. So you need to figure out what moves you gonna make. And if you gonna tell the narcissist, kiss all of it. Only you can determine that. And when you do, I'm going to tell you now, it's not an easy road to go through the process. It's not. But you can do it and you can make it to the other side. All right. Be blessed.